Hey everybody. Boy, oh boy, the rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And the deeper it gets, the more insane things get. Okay. All right. This is May the 29th, 2023. And I got something I want to share with y'all. My friend Cheryl, who is a targeted individual just like the rest of us, shared some information with me that I feel like I need to share with y'all, and it's gonna blow your mind when you hear this, because it kind of puts a new spin on this targeted, targeting with a directed energy weapons. It kind of puts a new spin on it, but still, it's a lot of it's not clear. But anyway, I feel like this is information that everybody needs to know, especially targeted individuals. Okay, because it'll help people understand a little bit, maybe a little bit more about what's actually going on. Now, this person in this video, she must be, or she sounds to me like she's maybe on a higher, on the higher realms or the higher dimensional connections. She seems like she's connected to some of the higher dimensions, and she's receiving information from these higher beings or the higher dimensions. Because what she talks about, for a lot of people might not resonate with it, or they might not understand what she's saying. And it is a lot of what she says, it's hard to wrap your mind around, especially if you're not on your spiritual awakening. And she puts in a lot of she brings up a lot of topics that she doesn't really go into detail about. In other words, she brings up a lot of stuff in this video that she doesn't really go explain. So she's a little bit, all over the place. But what's important is that you get this information about the electricity, about the power lines that she talks about, because this like I said, this puts a new spin on the targeting. She talks about the energies, that are coming through the power lines. She said that are coming through the power lines. Now, we already know that they're pulsing the frequencies, through our smart meter and inside the wiring, and we know it's coming out through our electrical system. We know that, okay? Or the energy, the frequencies, and the energy, and it's causing radiation to build up in the home, and it's making people sick, okay? But what she's saying, without going into a lot of what she's saying is that there are entities traveling through the power lines. She's talking about demonic entities, like beings traveling through the power lines, entering inside our homes and tormenting us, okay? This is the first time I've heard this, so that's why I think it's interesting, okay? Now, this is based on the information that she's received, so y'all can just form your own conclusions about it, but to me, it sounds like it could be possible, since we already know that there's stuff coming out of the electrical outlets. There's stuff that's coming out and being radiated out through our electronic devices and all. So it sounds like it could be possible, okay? So I don't want to go too much into what she's saying, because I'm going to post a link for the video and let you watch it yourself. But like I said, it might be confusing at first for some people. If you're not spiritually awakened, or you're not accessing the higher dimensions. And this person obviously is, okay. Also, she talks a lot about the interference, how these demonic beings are trying to trap your soul, okay? Trap your soul and interfere with your awakening, interfere with your ascension. And I do believe that. I agree with her on that 100%, that these, whatever these things are, their goal is to entrap you, create a false light or a false image for you to fall for, so they can entrap your soul and keep you from awakening and returning back to your God source. So, yeah, and she also talks about our electromagnetic fields, which, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but you do have an electromagnetic field, and it's your heart, okay? And she talks about that and how the entities try to connect with your electromagnetic field and feed off of your energy, okay? And entrap your soul. That's pretty much what it all boils down to, even though she goes about it, in a roundabout way. But I'm gonna let y'all watch it, but I want to say this before I go. The only thing she didn't do, and I wish she had of, was she didn't explain, and she may explain this in some of her other videos because I haven't watched any more. She didn't explain how the light, or your individual light, or your electromagnetic field inside your heart, how your light is so much more powerful than the electromagnetic fields of these entities, these demonic entities. Your light is thousands of times more powerful than these demons, okay? She did not point this out in this video, but I want to point it out. Your personal, individual light or electromagnetic field within your heart, once you get it awakened and you start generating your own positive light energy from your electromagnetic field, you can rise above these demonic entities, okay? You can keep them from feeding off of your energy. And that's how you do it, by using your power, your God-given power, your God-given light, okay? She did not explain that. She may have in other videos, I don't know. But I want to point this out before I go, because it's important that people don't get caught up in all of this demonic negativity and get scared and freaked out to the point of no return. You have the power within you to rise above this, to overcome it, and you have the power to destroy it. But you got to wake it up. You got to connect to it. It's just your God power, okay? You got to connect to it. You got to wake it up. You got to connect to it, and you got to make it work for you. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. And also I wanted to say, before I go, we want to thank Cheryl for this information, because we're always happy to get more information about anything, whether it's targeting, directed energy weapons, or Morgellons, or whatever, okay? And also, I want to point out that in the comment section, there's some people who leave some really interesting remedies, okay, in the comment section. I know Mr. Avatar left a comment about some doctor who treats Morgellons, and he talks about the IV chelated therapy, where he can go, he can do the IV treatment and remove the what you call that graphene oxide from the body, okay? If you had the vaccines, or you don't even have to have the vaccines. We've all got it in our bodies because it's in the nanotechnology, okay? He talks about that in the comment section if anybody wants to look at it. And he says to visit your local IV clinic, okay? Also, Marie shares a lot of information about how she treats her Morgellons and what she does inside her home and outside her home. So I appreciate it. I want to thank Marie. I want to thank Mr. Avatar and Cheryl for this information that she's shared with us. So once again, I'm going to go, but once again, if this message that she's sending doesn't resonate with you right off, stay with it, because at the end is where you're going to hear about the electricity and how they have demonized the power grid, okay? We know, okay, we've known from the beginning that it's connected to the electricity. We've known that. But this takes us a little deeper into the rabbit hole. This takes us a little deeper into what's really going on, okay, if this is true. So I'm going to post a link for this video. I hope it helps somebody. And remember, you have an electromagnetic field. Your heart is full of power, okay? Your God-given power. You have the power to overcome this. You have the power to defeat this. Your power is thousands of times stronger than the power from these demonic entities. That's all, guys. I love you.